What happened, Kitty?
Godzilla! Scary!
I know, but only in the movies.
What if it comes out?
Well, to find that out, let's answer a monstrous question. What if Godzilla was real? Zoom in! Ever since Godzilla first appeared in 1954, he's been getting bigger and bigger. In one of the latest movies, this beast stands a whopping 119 meters tall. That's like 6 times taller than the tallest animal known to have existed, the Poseidon, which reached about 18 meters in height. So, this makes us wonder, what if Godzilla suddenly appeared out of the ocean for real and shook our cities with his monstrous roar? Would we stand any chance of taming this wild beast? Or would we surrender to our unfortunate fate and face the consequences? Well, according to paleontologist Mike Habib, who also helps design fictitious creatures for films, there is no need to worry. Yes, that's because a creature like Godzilla could never exist in real life for multiple reasons. Let us see why. Firstly, because of his immense size, his heart would need to be extremely huge, thousands of tons, filling most of his chest to pump blood up to his head. His blood vessels would have to be so large that you could drive a car through them. Additionally, for that giant heart to function, Godzilla would require insane amounts of energy comparable to what a small power plant consumes in just 1 minute. So even before approaching a city, he'd essentially be brain dead. But let's assume he did use his nuclear power to adapt and survive by walking on all fours like Titanosaurus, keeping his head out in front to reduce the effort of pumping blood against gravity. Well, in this scenario, the giant lizard would face movement issues. You see, whenever you move, it's because your brain sends signals to the nerves in your muscles. The fastest of these signals travels at around 100 meters per second, making the message from the brain to the leg virtually instantaneous. But for poor Godzilla, it would take more than a full second for nerve signals to travel the length of his body. While that might sound quite fast, in reality, his nerve conduction speed would be so slow that he couldn't move, taking forever to do anything. Even if Godzilla could move swiftly, he wouldn't have time to destroy buildings since he'd be busy sunbathing. Yes, that's because reptiles regulate body temperature by basking in the sun. But for Godzilla, heat would struggle to reach his internal organs through thick layers of tissue. So to stay warm, he'd need to spend hundreds of hours continuously sunbathing. But what if Godzilla were more like a mammal like us? He wouldn't need to depend on the sun because warm-blooded creatures produce their own body heat. Unfortunately, this would cause another problem. He'd likely overheat and cook himself as his core temperature could reach 300 degrees. Even if he managed to overcome these challenges, his skeleton would crumble under the immense weight of 90,000 metric tons. The skeletal structure simply isn't strong enough to bear such a colossal load. In the end, he would just collapse into a massive heap of meat. So the only way for Godzilla to survive is by remaining in the fictional movies. Trivia time! Did you know Godzilla first appeared in a Japanese movie in 1954. Yes, in its original form, the movie was titled Gojira. Sketching time! Today's sketch of the day goes to Vishwanath. Hope you had fun today. Until next time, it's me, Dr. Binocs, zooming out.
Little Godzilla.
Never mind.